friends, hope you guys are doing well. So today we are going to be learning about the different operators in Python and commands and about the operators and the commands mainly. But before that, a lot of you guys may have the question that why do we code? Why do we write codes? What is the use of this? So basically, let's take an example to explain that. Recently, you do not need to do all the stuff yourself. What I mean to say is that, for example, in iPhone you have Siri. So if you say Siri do that, do this, so it will do this. For example, you have to set an alarm and you tell Siri, so Siri will do that for you. And same in Google Assistant for Android. Google Assistant will also do whatever you say. If you want the Google Assistant or to set an alarm or do that, it will also do that. So now to do this, you are interacting with the computer. Say I say that computer add 2 plus 3. So computer will be saying it's 5. So basically that the language, now what's the language that the computer understands? It's binary code, which is zeros and ones, and we talk in English language, and for us talking in binary language is, well, I guess impossible. So to do that, to interpret, so we need a language so that the computer gets to understand our language. And so that, for in this case is Python, and using Python we are writing the code, and so that it gets what we are saying. So that's the reason we code actually. So before going to the logical operators, I will just, we will assign the values in variables. So basically, what's variable first of all? So a Python variable is a symbolic name that is a reference or pointer to an object. Once an object is assigned to a variable, you can refer to the object by that name. Now, for example, what do I mean? For example, we have a value that is 5,500, say, and I am going to assign that value in a variable. So we are going to be writing small a, and then we are going to be writing 5,500, and say we have another value which is 1 lakh, and we store that in a b variable. So b equals 1 lakh. Okay, so now what is the thing is that you can refer to these values, that is here 5,500 and 1 lakh, by the names of their variables. So if you say A, the computer will understand that you are talking about the variable 5,500 that has been assigned in the variable A. And say if you say B, the computer will understand that you are talking about the value that has been assigned to B, which is 1 lakh, and so. Now let's get on to with the logical operators. So now coming to the logical operators, the first logical operator that we're going to learn is plus or addition. So suppose in a variable, I take 2 as the value, or I assign 2 as the value, and in a b variable, I take 3 as the value. And now in another z variable, I take the names of these values, or the variables I have assigned them to is, so I will write a and then the plus, which is the operator here, and then I'm going to be writing the name of the second variable, which is b. Now to show it in the terminal, to print it out, I have already taught you print in the last video, and so just like that we're going to write print, and then we're going to be giving a brackets, and then we're going to be writing f, which stands for function. Now what is function? A function is a block of code which only runs when it is called. So a function can return data as a result, and just like that, print is also a function. So you need to write the f to make the print work. So after writing f, you're going to give double quotation, and then suppose we write that the result is, and now to write the variable in here, we're gonna be using second brackets, and the variable we are gonna be printing out the variables, like which variables value we're going to be printing out is z, because our result is in z variable only, right? So like a is 2 and b is 3, so 2 plus 3 is 5, so z has our value, so we are going to be writing z here only, so the result is within second brackets or curly brackets. And now we're going to be pressing Ctrl S, and then we're going to be running this. And as you can see, it has already shown that the result is 5. So this operator, plus operator, stands for addition. Now let's move on to the next operators. Now moving on to the next operator of subtraction, which is minus. So suppose in here, instead of 2, I assign the value 9, and instead of 3, I assign the value 8. And here, instead of the operator plus, because I will do subtraction, I use the minus operator. So here I will first of all click save, and after saving this, we are gonna be running it, and then as you can see, the result is 1, it's showing. So this is the subtraction operator. The next operator, now we change the values again. Okay, so in A I put suppose 4, and in B I put 6. Okay, and now we are going to be seeing the multiplication operator. So multiplication operator, so we're going to be writing into. Okay, now into like this is the operator of multiplication. So we're going to be clicking save, and we're going to be running it, and as you can see, 6 into 4 or 4 into 6, the result is 24. So this is the operator for multiplication. Now the operator for division is slash. Now let's change the values again. Suppose I write here 8 and I write here 4. So now we're going to be saving this, and we're going to be running it, and see a thing here, it is saying the answer is 2.0. Now this division is the float number, or like the number is the floating number, which so basically what I mean to say is that in some divisions, for example, let's take 5 and 2. So, and let's save this and then run this. Now the answer is 2.5, or a decimal answer, so the float number. So basically that's why here there is no decimal, it's the remainder is 0. The previous one was 8 divided by 4. So perfect, like there is no remainder for that division, but there is the remainder for this division, and it is showing it in decimal. Now there's another operator to show remainders. I'm going to be coming to that later, which is mod. But first of all, like you can also, if you want to, you can, say that I don't want this decimal point, I don't want the remainder, I just want the integer number or the floor number. So how am I going to do that is just put 2 slash instead of 1 slash here, and now let's say Ctrl S and let's run it again. And as you can see, it is only showing 2, which is the quotient, and not 0.5, the decimal or the remainder, whatever you see. So also now let's get on to the next thing. So now I'm not going to be teaching another operator. I'm just going to be showing you that, you just don't have to use one operator at a time. You can use multiple operators at the same time. So what I mean to say is I'm going to be having to take suppose A8 and in B I take 9, and now I'm going to be assigning another variable for the value 10. Okay, and so now in Z I'm going to be writing what is I want my like this thing to be which is here. Let's write in a hashtag so to like make you understand. I want to calculate the value of suppose 8 plus 9 minus 10. Okay, so I want to calculate the value of this. So hashtags are used for writing any text or any message, so this will not run in the code. Okay, so this will not run in the code, and I want to like take this to happening. So how am I going to do that is, we all know that A is 8, so A, and then plus, which is, and 9 is B, so A plus B, and then I have written minus 10, so minus C, and now the rest of it is the same. Now let's save it again, and first of all let me clear the terminal here and let's run it, and as you can see it is saying that the result is 7. So similarly, now suppose I'm here assigning the value 2 and I'm here assigning the value 3, 3. Okay, and now I want to do 8 plus 2 into 3. Okay, 8 plus 2 into 3. Now basically how am I going to do that? I already have A plus B, and in the C variable I have 3, so I'm going to be using the asterisk or into operator and A plus B into C. So Control S, and I'm going to be running this file, and so it is saying that the result is 14. Now another thing, we all know Bodmas rules, right? And according to Bodmas, we always solve the what is in the bracket first, and if there is not a bracket, we solve multiplication first, then addition. So in here, due to the Bodmas rule, there is no bracket, there is no off, there is no division, there is multiplication. So first of all B into C was done, and then comes addition. So then B into C plus A was done. The process was that. But now suppose I want to do 8 plus 9 before I want to put it in a bracket. So A plus B will be in brackets. Okay, now A plus B into C. Now let's see if the result change. Okay, Control S, and let's run this file. And as you can see, the result has changed and became 30. So you need to be careful with what you write when you are assigning the variables if you want to get the exact result you want. So now suppose I just want to do multiplication. Say I want to do 2 cube. Okay, now what is 2 cube? 2 cube is multiplying 2 into 2 3 times, right? So it will be 2 into 2 into 2, right? So just like that, also here we are going to be do A into B into C, and now I'm going to be saving this, and I'm going to be running the Python file in terminal, and as you can see 2 cube is 8, and also here it has said that the result is 8. And now let's see, I'm going to be like telling you about the mod which I was talking about. And so in A variable suppose I take 10, and in B variable suppose I take 3. Okay, and in the z variable I'm taking 10 divided by 3, and this is only gonna show me the question, not the remainder or decimal point after that. So let's save this and now run, and so the result is 3. So basically the quotient is 3. But because we all know that 10 divided by 3 will be a recurring decimal, 3.33 and like so on. It will never stop. And so now suppose I want to get the remainder, like not the decimal point, the remainder of the, so 3 into 3 is 9 and 10 minus 9 is 1. So my remainder will be 1, and I want to show that. How am I going to do that? Is I'm going to be changing the operator here. Now this operator is the mod operator and it will only show you the remainder. So Control S and let's run this, and as you can see the result is 1, so it is showing me the remainder. So hope you guys like the video. If you like, please do subscribe and share it to more of your friends, and also check out my other Python videos, or you can also check out the Linux series I had started earlier. So like again, hope you guys like the video, and if you have any doubt about anything I may have said wrong or anything, feel free to write in the comments box and I will try my best to clarify that. And also, like I say in every video, that I am also learning and I'm not a very expert at this, so I can make mistakes, and if I make mistakes, please do point me out and I will give any clarification, or if I have done anything wrong, I will try to fix it. Thank you for watching.